Hi guys, Jared here with Day Traders FX, and it's time for the daily video update. Quick little note, we're going to do a slightly different daily video update tomorrow. Check your email, the details will be in it, and I'll have something posted on the website as well. But I think we're going to do a live daily video update tomorrow, and I'll show you the details on how that will work. So we'll talk about that, and the details will be in the email and on the website. So let's have a little look at how stocks have gone today. We were down just about 200 points on the Dow at the peak, or I guess at the valley of the downward movement today, and it's recovered a whole bunch. We're just a few minutes before the close, as you can see here, about 5 minutes. And the Dow looks like it's going to close pretty positive, actually, about not positive, but much better than it was. It's 30, 20, 30 points down. That's nothing too bad. Oil is staying down though. Oil's down here at the 90, 50 area, which being below 91 is a pretty big deal. And it looks like the S&P, which was down about 15 points, will close at least at 0. So kind of an interesting day how all that news went. We've had news out today, and we have more news coming tomorrow. There's been a little bit of news that Germany is coming out saying they're going to support the euro a little bit more if they need to. They're a little bit concerned about this major sell-off that's happening, and so they're kind of vowing to get in there and do a little more dirty work if need be to make sure that the downward spiral doesn't continue, and that's where we're seeing quite a bit of retracement in the euro in the last hour or so. So just kind of keep that in mind. Coming into the UK session, the US session tomorrow, we have some more German news coming out. We have the revised GDP for the UK coming out, which is a pretty big deal. We have durable goods for the US coming out tomorrow morning, as well as unemployment claims. And then we have Draghi speaking tomorrow morning as well. So that should be pretty active. And there's probably going to be a lot of attempts to kind of help the euro recover just a little bit, because it's been, well, we'll look at the charts. Dollar index is finally above 82, or yes, 82. It's just about 82.24, 25, and it's made a nice little run there. So very good. Okay, so let's have a look at this. The euro ended up breaking out very nicely down, very nicely down. We can see that here is our 2-year low practically. If we go to our weekly chart, we can see that it has just tested. It's actually retraced. It got a little bit lower. Our lowest candle here that we see was about 25.45. And we see on this weekly chart here that if we go back to the low right here, that one's about 25.86 it looks like. So it's broken that low. So it's reached just about an overall 2-year low. And we still have this guy way down here, of course, but we'll see. It's found some support on this area, so we'll kind of see how that goes. Now, what I'm looking for in the euro dollar here is probably not going to try to get in on any kind of big run up. A move above this major support right here, which is now resistance and should be pretty strong resistance, right at about 26.25. 126.25 is going to be a crucial area. If the euro breaks above this, we could see a bigger retracement. If we look at the fib levels just from the high to the low of the last 24, 36 hours, right around there, we'll see that that the first fib level is about 126.50, and the next one is at some pretty strong resistance right here, which is about 126.85. So we could definitely see that. That's a very likely possibility on some of these pairs to retrace up into those areas, and we could definitely see some of that activity happening. So we're going to keep our eyes on that and just see how things go. But it's definitely time for a little bit of retracement, so we're seeing some of it. I do like this 126.25 as a possible sell. If the market rallies up to here, which it's not super far away from at this point, it's about 35 pips, 30 to 35 pips, I wouldn't mind selling off of that level with pretty tight stops. If that one goes, then I'm going to be looking for about 126.85 for my next sell entry. So 126.85 and 126.25. We're going to watch both of these levels and look for some opportunities to get short in this euro dollar as it kind of bounces off those lows. And we're just going to kind of see how things react, but those two levels are going to be the crucial ones to keep an eye on. Pound dollar ended up breaking out nicely. It's been kind of lackluster lately. We pulled a couple of pips out of it this morning, which worked out pretty well. But now the pound dollar has got some pretty good resistance right here around the 57.40 area. If it does retrace all the way back to that 57.40, I'll keep my eye on it, because a break above that will likely take the pair back up to this major resistance now, which is about 57.85. So give us about a 40 pip run, and a break above that will take us into about the 58.40 area. So we have a potential 100 pip run if it gets above 57.40. Otherwise, we're looking to possibly get short on this pair right around here, 57.40, 57.50, with possible stops just above this 57.80, 85 area. So that's what I'm going to be looking for on this pound dollar. I'm looking for everything to kind of retrace and give us some additional opportunities to get short on some of these pairs. Euro yen, same thing. So the euro yen ended up giving us, this is our trend line from the daily video of the day before, of yesterday actually, and we ended up seeing a very nice breakout and a nice run and big downward movements here. To kind of put this in perspective, this is a pretty strong level that the euro yen's kind of playing with right now. This is pretty intense support and now resistance. You can see that down here we have a lot of support there, a lot of support here, and so it's not too far off of a point where it almost seems like it can't get much further down. But for the moment, we're going to watch this level right here, and this is the 100.20 level that we're going to be looking for on this euro yen. And a break above this, and I'm going to be taking it into some fib levels. You can see our little short-term fib levels should give us some short-term targets right now. So we get above this level, and I'm looking to take it into the 38% fib, which is about 100.50. And even into the 50% level, which is about 100.80. So those are going to be our short-term targets if we get a break above this 100.20. So let's keep an eye on that, and if it isn't able to get through that level, then I'm going to be looking to short off this as well. But we're just going to have to kind of see how price action plays out over the next couple of hours. But this is a very possible level to sell, as well as a break being a level to buy up to 100.50, 100.80. So we're going to keep an eye on those guys there. Aussie dollar's kind of done the same thing. It's made a nice breakout. The Aussie dollar has been trying to fill this gap right here. We have this gap on the daily chart all the way back here, and it's done a pretty good job getting down there. And back to this daily chart for a moment, you can see that this is about 96.65-ish, and this little break right here the market should test this and give us a nice little opportunity to get really into that level. And so I'm definitely keeping an eye on that. But for the moment, I'm looking at 97.80. A break above 97.80 should give us a nice little run up into the daily pivot zone, up into the moving average. This is our 100-day moving average, and if the market can get up into that, which I think it definitely can, that's about 60 to 65 pips of potential profit. And the Aussie dollar, as we can tell, has been very good about getting back to that moving average and ultimately testing those levels, making it up to those levels, and even pushing through those levels. So that will be our short-term target, that moving average, which is about 98.70-ish. So excuse me, 98.30 to 40, and so that's going to be a nice little run of 50 to 60 pips above this area. So keep your eye on that. Big retracement on gold. Gold came right back down. It just doesn't seem to want to break this 1530. It made it down to 1530, and it's pulled all the way back like 25 or 26 bucks. A big retracement on gold here. And it looks like it may be consolidating here, but if we get a break of this 1562, it's kind of between. I'm looking at where the candles have closed on the 1-hour chart, which is about 1562, and then I'm looking at the highs of the wicks, which are just about 1565. So it's somewhere in this area. We could probably split it about 1563.50, and a break above that, and we should get a test of just a little bit higher back up into these moving averages. We could have a 100 pip run on gold, so just keep your eye on that. That's going to be super important as the day goes on. And last but not least, our dollar CAD, 102.30. This has been a fantastic level. 102.30 has done really well on holding, and then it gave us a nice breakout, and several in the group got into this morning. It was good for 50 pips, really nice run. And now it's kind of come back and is testing this 102.30. So if it can consolidate and hold above this level, I'm looking to get long on the dollar CAD once again at 102.30 and buy this pair on up. So that's what we're going to be looking for. Sorry for the long video today, but there's just a lot of stuff to talk about. So best of luck, and I will update things as they go in the chat. Thanks, everyone.